marriage experience, where two have truly become one. God is at the center of us, our purpose and vision in His love. We dedicate our today, tomorrow, and always to You, our King. Bless and let there be love in our home. The marriage experience ordained by You alone. The marriage experience. The marriage experience ordained by You alone.
Welcome to the Marriage Experience program with Ayakunle and Bosade Santos, where they explore what it means to cultivate a God-centric marriage by delivering realistic and biblical wisdom, pointers, and insights from couples and individuals on the marriage journey. Join them today as they share some insights. Enjoy.
Hello, great friends. It's great to welcome you back to the Marriage Experience program, where our conversations arm you to build thriving Christian marriages. And it's always our pleasure to be taking this journey of building thriving godly marriages with you.
Absolutely. Always a delight and honor to sit with you to have these conversations. And a special welcome if this is your first time of tuning in, and to our regular listeners, welcome back. And as always, very pleased to be sharing this time with you. We're continuing with our talks on intimacy in marriage. And like we said last week, our vocabulary for the different dimensions of intimacy in marriage has expanded.
More like exploded.
I know. And, the things that we do normally and even take for granted, but without being intentional about developing these different areas of our marital lives. Last week, we discussed recreational intimacy as the purposeful development of enriching and jovial activities to create memories and deepen the bond between couples. And today, wait for it, we'll be looking at financial intimacy.
Huh?
Yes, that's a thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes. Financial intimacy is how couples align on financial goals, align on responsibilities and decisions as well, creating a shared vision for managing money that reflects the depth of their relationship. Remember, money is one of the most important things when considering challenges in marriages, the management of money. So it involves openly discussing money matters, whether it's budgeting, saving, investing, or even spending, and setting shared priorities that honor both individual values and collective aspirations. Now, this type of intimacy goes well beyond the practicalities of managing finances. It's a reflection of trust, of unity and transparency in a marriage.
And that's where the intimacy comes, into the picture.
Yes, you're right. So when you engage in honest financial conversations, you build a solid foundation of mutual respect and accountability, which only serves to strengthen not only your economic welfare, but also your emotional bond.
Yeah, I mean, in practical terms, we can say that financial intimacy is working together on budgeting and planning and regularly reviewing your financial goals and celebrating successes together. It's about understanding each other's financial dreams and concerns. I mean, both of you have come from separate backgrounds and with separate mindsets regarding finances or regarding money, or as we can term it in the Christian world, prosperity. And working together as a team to address challenges is important for you to be able to be on the same page, so that money becomes a tool for building the future, your future, rather than a source of conflict. And this positioning, that's working together as a team, builds a sense of shared purpose where each of you would decide from small daily expenses to major investments. And, when both of you can make these decisions together, you both bring your insights and your values into the mix, and in the long run, financial intimacy would transform the way that you both approach money, making sure that your financial stewardship becomes a cornerstone of your solid, thriving marriage. And this is an aspect that we encourage couples who are looking to get married to actually talk through and have a foundation about this before they get into marriage.
No, that's absolutely correct. So now let's look at why it's important, why this whole thing about financial intimacy is important. It's a cornerstone of thriving marriage because it builds a strong foundation of trust, and it also minimizes potential conflicts. Financial challenges are frequently cited as a leading factor in marital breakdown. For instance, a SunTrust Bank survey found out that 22% of couples identify money issues as the primary cause of their divorce.
Yeah.
While other studies like those by the Institute for Divorce Financial Analysts suggest that financial problems can contribute as many as 35% when we're talking about divorces here. So 22%, 35%, whatever the exact figure is, it's not a small deal. It is a big deal. Now, these statistics point to the major role financial disagreements and stresses play in eating away at marital stability.
That's very important.
How it, focusing on the fundamental importance of open communication, shared financial goals, financial intimacy in maintaining a healthy marriage.
Yeah, like I was saying just a while ago, when couples are upfront and open about their financial situation, aspirations, and challenges, they go ahead to create an environment of transparency, ensuring that neither of them, feels like they're left in the dark about their shared future. And this shared openness develops a sense of value.
And that's a big thing.
Person,
the sense of value in the marriage,
the individual feeling valued and understood as each spouse's contributions and concerns are recognized and addressed. And in past episodes, we had talked about it, that I don't think, personally, I don't, and I think Ayokunle as well holds that position, that it's not about who manages the finances of the family. It's about who is the more astute person, who is more financial savvy, beg your pardon, that, both of you can agree that this person knows how to handle money well, and let them take the lead. We're playing to our strengths as couples here. And so when you work together on financial goals, whether it's about saving for a home, planning for the later on in life, or managing your day-to-day expenses, you form a partnership that's rooted in your shared purpose and teamwork. And each spouse's contribution and concerns would be recognized as well as addressed.
That's true. Like we said before, financial intimacy helps prevent misunderstandings. It also reduces the stress that often arises from money matters.
Yeah, and it's a big one.
Yeah. So when you work together to plan, to budget or make decisions, you can create a united strategy that can handle both everyday decisions and unexpected challenges with more ease. Now, this partnership is not just about avoiding conflict. It also strengthens long-term marital satisfaction by making sure you both feel secure in your financial future. Couples who develop financial intimacy are better equipped to weather the ups and downs of life. And we've said it several times already. Life does have its ups and downs.
Absolutely.
And with properly managed financial intimacy, it helps manage and weather those kind of periods, turning likely sources of tension into opportunities for growth and for deeper connection as well.
I mean, you, for instance, in this marriage, because you have a training in financial management. I mean, it makes sense it makes sense that you are the one who's handling all that aspect of our lives
True.
together.
Like you did say at a few moments ago, you're talking about playing to our
to
strengths.
the strength, yeah.
So it does. There's no set rule. It all depends on the circumstance of the couple.
You're listening to the Marriage Experience program with Ayakunle and Bosade Santos.
So, setting joint financial goals is a powerful practice for building financial intimacy. And when you join forces to set clear financial goals like maybe you want to regularly donate to charitable causes, or like we were talking about, proper financial planning for your future, whatever it is, you create a shared vision which serves as a roadmap for your future. When you have a proper financial planning, maybe with financial advisors, then it helps you to know how to manage your finances and also plan for the long term. Now, this joint planning process not only aligns your financial decisions, but it reduces conflicts, like we've said severally already, and that may arise as a result of different priorities. And it also unifies and strengthens your commitment to each other, because you both agree on what's important, and you transform money management into a joint bonding experience. And establishing goals together ensures you both are working towards the same outcomes. And actually, discussing financial goals requires open dialogue. And we know what we each earn. So we have our individual accounts, as well we have a joint account. This is us as a couple. And it helps, it encourages us to be open with each other. And this depth of communication builds trust and transparency, as you both learn to share your hopes and concerns honestly. And regular financial check-ins and updates ensure that you both remain informed and involved, creating an environment where you each feel appreciated.
Now, when you set substantial financial targets like a specific savings milestone or an investment goal, what you do is create a measurable set of yardsticks to track your financial progress. This often involves creating a budget, monitoring spendings, and reviewing financial statements together. And this then grows accountability and responsibility between both of you.
Both of you, yeah.
Now, celebrating small victories along the way would also motivate more progress and strengthen your dedication to your joint plan.
I'm sorry, as parents, this is even something that you can begin to teach your children right from an early age. This is something that I believe as Christian parents we must take seriously, about teaching our children how to handle money and have a relationship with money.
Yeah, what you just said just reminded me of, I'll digress just for a minute or two, about when I started my financial advisor training when we lived in Canada. And I thought, something, we all go through school, we go through university, we get degrees in the different subjects and different skills and fields that we study. But I've never heard, maybe it's the case today, but I've never heard of anyone going through formal financial training, so, but we all work, we earn money, but then we're not trained on how to spend it properly. So, it's one of the
not even
things,
just to spend it, to have a good relationship with
with
it.
money, the right relationship.
Yeah.
So, it's one of the things where, yes, we're talking about financial intimacy here between husband and wife, but we're also talking about financial intimacy between the couple
literacy as well.
That's right. So having a clear financial plan acts as a safety net during economic uncertainties and unexpected expenses. Life does throw curveballs.
Absolutely.
So when you both understand your financial priorities, you're better prepared to work through setbacks, whether that means adjusting the budget or seeking professional financial advice. Being adaptable this way not only secures your financial future, but it also builds a deep sense of companionship.
Or even a deeper sense of companionship.
Or deepest, eventually.
Now, as Christian couples, looking at your finances through a spiritual lens, setting joint goals, also align your financial decisions to your values and your beliefs. And it not only builds material stability, but also spiritual fulfillment. Let's look at Proverbs 21 verse 5. It says that the plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance, but everyone who is hasty comes only to poverty. And this reminds us that thoughtful planning brings both practical and spiritual rewards. Now, take for example a couple who they decide to start the year at the beginning of the year. They decided to save for a down payment for a home. I mean, this is hypothetical. And they sit together to discuss their income, their monthly expenses, their long-term dreams, and then they create a detailed budget that includes a monthly savings target. Now, as they go along, they review their progress monthly, they adjust their spending habits, and they celebrate small milestones, maybe even including a special date night to mark reaching a savings goal. Now, this joint effort not only brings them closer financially, but also emotionally, as they share the excitement and the responsibilities of building a future together.
Now, openly discussing income, expenses, and any debts or financial obligations, what it does, it ensures you both are aware of your family's financial health, your family's financial situations, and then you can make informed decisions together. Develop a detailed budget that reflects your priorities and goals, and that's a joint family priorities and goals. And when you do that, it helps to track your spending, manage your savings, and adjust plans as necessary.
I guess what we're saying here is simply that don't leave things to chance. Be deliberate when it comes to your financials. So
that's right. So as you pointed out, boss, today about Proverbs 21:5, which of course points us to the importance of planning, of careful planning, deliberate decision making in financial matters. These are very important. When couples apply this principle, they not only steward their resources wisely, but also build an environment of trust and of mutual respect. And I just love that term.
We can't
mutual
overemphasize.
respect.
Yeah, we can't overemphasize
Indeed.
that. Yeah.
So it reminds us that financial planning or intimacy, as we've been discussing, is not only about accumulating wealth, but also about ensuring a stable, well-ordered life, and which honors God's design and positions you as accountable stewards of the finances that God happens to be passing through you.
Yeah, I mean, this all comes back to God at all times. Every aspect of the intimacy, you would see how it is just part of God's design, especially if you look back at Genesis, when God gave Adam and Eve the mandate, to multiply, maybe not Adam and Eve, but when God gave Adam that mandate to tend the garden, to look after it. This is part of what God was establishing, to be accountable to what they have been given. And I mean, it's not a garden, so to speak, that we have today, but we have our jobs, we have our vocations, we have our businesses, and these bring to us finances. The Bible even tells us that it's God who gives us the power to create wealth. And so that means at the end of the day, we're still accountable to God, how we manage our finances. And I mean, there's several scriptures in Proverbs that talk about managing finances. So it behoves on us as couples, Christian couples, to look into the Word of God, especially when we are making these plans and we are setting our financial goals, or when we are even determining what are our financial aspirations. Do they align with the will of God? Do they align with the plan that we believe that God has for each of our lives, and as individuals and as a couple? So it's important for us to recognize this and to just position ourselves in that place where whatever we do with our finances as a couple, that is honoring to God and is reflecting God's glory. One of the things that we do as a couple, is, besides our offering in church, we give to charitable causes, and that helps us to connect with the will of God about providing for those who are less privileged.
Oh, well, and there we've quickly come to the end of today's episode. Time really flew today.
Absolutely.
So let's do a quick recap before we go. Financial intimacy is an indispensable aspect of marriage, and it requires open communication, shared planning, and mutual accountability. By setting joint goals, maintaining transparency, and committing to regular financial reviews, couples can build a resilient partnership grounded in trust and respect.
Yeah, and when we bear in mind Proverbs 21:5, like we shared, you build on the foundation that diligent planning leads to abundance, which is a principle that can transform not only your financial well-being, but also the strength and the unity of your marriage.
Absolutely true. All right. So, and as always, it's been yet another enlightening episode. We continue to thank God for the grace to build our homes for His glory. May we be accountable with every little thing that God commits to us, so He can trust us with more. In Jesus' name, amen. And as we round up today, as always, we thank you for making room for us to be part of your marital success story. We air here on Heartsong Live, Scotland's first Christian radio station on DAB Digital on Mondays, and we've got a replay on Wednesdays. We also ask you to please support the radio station so we can keep bringing you dynamic programs just like ours, to build a community of faith by spreading the good news and building faith and fellowship across the world. Visit heartsonglive.co.uk/donate to donate towards the work.
Every little helps. Absolutely. So we appreciate your feedback on MXperience. That's MXperience@lidiosantos.com.
And that's by email, of
by
course.
email, yes. And all our episodes are available on our YouTube channel. That the handle is @MarriageXperience. As always, experience without the E. And it's been a wonderful, wonderful time with you. And we hope to see you again soon, next week.
That's correct.
Okay,
So see you, and God bless you.
God bless you. Bye.
Join Ayakule and Bosade again next week on the Marriage Experience program as they bring God's truth to help you build your marriage God's way. Till then, remember, marriage is God's idea and it is a good thing.
The marriage experience all day.